It's high time we got stuck into some of the major villains of Xena Warrior Princess, and over the years, she faced some great ones. But if you ask me, I'd say that the most memorable villain, the Joker to Xena's Batman if you will, is none other than Callisto. Before we go any further, if you're a Xena fan, make sure you subscribe to this channel. I've done a few of these Xena reviews now, and there's more in the works. If there's a Xena episode you'd like to see me review next, leave a comment and let me know.
Anytime you're ready, Xena.
We first see Callisto in Season 1, where she puts together an army and goes around killing people in Xena's name. Why? Well, Callisto watched evil Xena murder her family as a child and doesn't really think Xena deserves a redemption arc, which... yeah, fair enough, really.
And then Callisto comes back, who is a mirror image of Xena, but she exists only because Xena did it. She created her in her hate. Callisto has every right to kill Xena, but Callisto doesn't have the right to kill the innocent people she's killing. That's a great conflict.
Xena beats Callisto that first time, but can't kill her because it would prove that her past deeds can't be set right. So she hands Callisto to the authorities and sends her off to prison, which lasts for all of 6 episodes before Callisto comes back. That brings us to today's episode, Season 2, Episode 5, Return of Callisto.
I've missed you, Xena. You never wrote.
We start in a prison somewhere in ancient Greece, where a newly hired prison guard is about to have the worst first day in the history of first days. Here he is being shown how to feed the very special, very dangerous prisoner at the back. You know you've made it big as a villain when they make you your own creepy prison throne. The head guard warns to be careful and that Callisto has already killed 3 guards, then quickly forgets everything he just said and lets her goad him into entering the cell. Great job. He gets a bit hitty and she helps herself to a knife. From there, it takes Callisto all of 10 seconds to escape and go on a barefoot killing spree. Wait a minute. Maybe there's another reason Quentin likes Callisto.
Quentin has separated more women from their shoes than the TSA.
Anyway, newbie guard dies quick, head guard isn't so lucky. Once she has the keys to the other cells, all she has to do is free some prisoners and build herself a new army. Oh, and she decides to bring the creepy prison throne with her.
I know someone it will look perfect on.
Back at Xena's camp, someone decides to sneak up in the middle of the night and gets a boot to the face.
Hello, Perdiccas.
I don't know what you were expecting, mate. This is Perdiccas, who grew up in the same village as Gabrielle. In the show's pilot, he was betrothed to Gabrielle, but then Gabrielle left to travel with Xena. After that, Perdiccas left to become a soldier, and we saw him again in episode 12, fighting in the Trojan War. Now he's back because he wants to give up his life as a soldier, and he has a very important question for Gabrielle.
Will you be my wife?
Awkward. She doesn't have an answer for him just yet, so let's cut to Joxer the Mighty doing battle with a barrel. Enter Callisto, who wants Joxer to deliver a message.
Tell her this. She should have killed me when she had the chance. Every drop of innocent blood I shed is on her hands as well as mine.
And cut back to Gabrielle's dilemma, and Xena wants it known that she's not standing in the way. Joxer arrives then, and I don't know why, but this shot panning up to a tiny Joxer standing on a cliff behind them just really makes me giggle. So Xena quickly tracks down Callisto, who's busy slaughtering a village, as one does when Tartarus bent on revenge. They face off. Callisto flings a knife at a little girl, Xena jumps to catch it, and Callisto quickly puts a sword to her neck. Don't worry, Callisto isn't planning to kill Xena just yet.
First, I'm going to kill your soul.
Then she backflips away because, actually I'm honestly not sure why Callisto flips everywhere, but I do enjoy it. Callisto's army fight well into the night, with Xena and co battling to defend the innocent. Perdiccas kills someone, decides he can't fight anymore, and announces that he's going home. That brings Gabrielle to her decision.
The answer's yes, Xena. I'm gonna marry him.
Cue the wedding!
I love weddings. Drinks all around.
I love how the camera spends more time on Xena's face during the "you may kiss the bride" moment than it does on the happy couple. It also spends more time on this heartfelt moment where Xena and Gabrielle have to part ways. They share a more romantic kiss than Gabrielle and Perdiccas had, then Xena watches Gabrielle leave.
You ready, sweetheart?
Sweetheart? Ugh. Cut to Gabrielle's wedding night.
I've never been with a man before.
Very specific wording there, Gabrielle. Anyway, they totally do it! Meanwhile, Xena finds Callisto's right-hand man and puts the pinch on him.
You'll be dead in seconds if you don't tell me where Callisto is.
When I told her you were traveling without Gabrielle, she said perfect and left.
Uh-oh. It's the next morning and the happy couple are interrupted by Callisto, who kicks them both in the face. Callisto nearly kills Gabrielle, but Xena arrives just in time. They fight. Callisto totally kills Perdiccas, then somersaults back onto her horse and rides away. Oh no!
Oh no!
They give Perdiccas a beachside funeral, and Gabrielle is understandably not doing well.
I have the rest of my life to mourn. I want to see her dead.
So Gabrielle decides she's going to kill Callisto and decides to practice by swinging her sword at a tree. This is painful to watch if you've ever played Minecraft because it is very much the wrong tool for collecting wood. And it's probably also painful to watch if you know anything about swords in real life too. Xena asks Gabrielle not to go up against Callisto because she will die. Accurate. Gabrielle says that's because she was never trained with a sword and demands a lesson. I love how tense this scene gets. Gabrielle gets angrier and angrier until finally Xena gives in and agrees to teach her.
Teach me.
Again. Again!
Meanwhile, Callisto's people are partying except for Callisto, who won't even have a drink.
I like to experience life in all its agonizing glory. I don't want to dull the sensations in any way.
Gabrielle wants to charge in, but Xena says they should wait until everyone's passed out from partying. They argue some more, then Xena goes off to pray for Gabby's soul. When she comes back, Gabby abruptly announces she's going home to mourn. And she totally means it. That leaves Xena alone with an unusually serious Joxer.
And I would do anything to avenge your loss, including sacrificing my own life.
Meanwhile, in a move that truly none of us saw coming, Gabrielle goes inside to try and murder Callisto, then immediately loses her nerve and Callisto wakes up.
I'm going to make a grand show of your death, and I'll need an audience who will truly appreciate it.
Soon after.
Welcome.
Cut to them getting ready to burn Gabrielle at the stake while Xena watches from the creepy prison throne and Callisto plays with the chakram.
You're about to watch the friendship of your life go up in smoke.
Excellent villain pun there, Callisto. 10 out of 10. Just as Callisto's minions light the fire, Joxer charges in to be, well, predictably useless. But it does give Xena a distraction so that she can steal back her chakram. Joxer gets shot, and Xena quickly frees herself and throws her chakram to free Gabrielle. Cue the fight scene! Not sure where Gabrielle got the staff from, but let's go with it. We get a really good somersault kick from Xena, then this goon tries to whip her, she catches it, pulls him in and kicks him in the face for our SmackDown of the Week!
Oh, how I do love watching you work.
That makes two of us. Xena and Callisto fight for a minute, and then Callisto poses a question out of nowhere.
How good are you at chariot, Xena?
Then she tumbles out of the scene. Again, I feel like running would be a more sensible use of her time and energy, but I'm happy to watch the unnecessary gymnastics. This next bit sort of feels like a stage on a video game. Almost feel like there should be a little autosave icon appearing on the screen. Yeah! Did Callisto set this up ready? Was she always planning to have a chariot race once Gabrielle was done cooking? I don't know! Let's just stop asking questions and enjoy the chariot race! Callisto's chariot has a spiky bit on the wheel. Classic. So Xena's chariot quickly gets shredded, she whips onto the back of Callisto's chariot and gets dragged along for a bit. Then she climbs aboard and the two continue their fight, but it isn't long before they both fall off and tumble into some quicksand. Who saw that coming?
We're both gonna die, Xena. How wonderful.
Xena throws her chakram into a rock, then hooks her whip around the chakram for a cunning escape. Callisto begs Xena for help, but Xena isn't feeling merciful, so she just stands there and watches her die without blinking. So there you have it. Death by quicksand. Not just a danger in cartoons, as it turns out.
Because if you watch cartoons, quicksand is like the third biggest thing you have to worry about in adult life.
But don't you worry, like all great villains, Callisto has a knack for coming back from the dead, so we haven't seen the last of her just yet. Oh, and in case you forgot in all the excitement, Joxer did get shot. But don't worry, he's alright. Gabrielle isn't alright, but she will be. And that's where the episode comes to an end. I like this episode. It's always fun when a villain comes back with a vengeance, and vengeance is what Callisto does best. I like that the episode isn't afraid to get dark, though it's pretty obvious right away that Gabrielle's marriage is doomed. The chariot race is fun. I have no idea why it happens, but it's definitely fun. 4 chakrams out of 5.
That's just good shit.
Thank you so much for watching. If you're in the mood for more Xena, why not check out my Xena vs Groundhog Day video? I'll be back soon with another Xena review, but until then, see you next time.